I think now is a good time to start. So, wishing all of you a very good evening. Again, I am Praneeth. I head the UG business for upGrad. Uh, and welcome to our webinar on studying your bachelor's in the UK in under 25 lakhs. We're joined here by Sheffield Hallam University. We've got Miss Rita Hwang, who's the head of regional development for South Asia market at Sheffield Hallam. And we've got Miss Hema Ramachandran, who is the regional advisor for Sheffield Hallam University. Both of them, I am sure, are going to be super excited to be answering your questions and taking you through the campus, the life, and academia, and the types of employability options you have if you study at Sheffield Hallam University. Well, I think I'd open the floor to the two of them to introduce themselves and say hi to you first, after which we will begin the webinar. So over to you, Rita, and then to Ms. Hema.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Praneeth. Thank you to all of you and good evening to all of you. Thank you for joining us for today's session. I was going to show a really short clip actually about a short video about the university and Sheffield before going through a number of slides, which I hope will answer a lot of your questions in relation to scholarships and working in the UK. But there will be more than ample time to answer any further questions that you may have after the presentation. Is that all right, Praneeth?
Absolutely, yes. I think we should start with a video, after which I will keep asking you things that the attendees are asking and a couple of things that I have for you before we start presenting the slides. So please go ahead. That was indeed a brilliant video. I think I just want to, at this point, introduce the concept of upGrad also. So upGrad has been working with some of the best universities in the world, the top 500 or 600 universities in the world, like Sheffield Hallam, to ensure that they're brought on a more accessible, affordable, democratized medium for Indian students so that Indian students can start pretty simple. They can ease into the academic rigor of these universities abroad, ease into the grueling nature of academia in universities abroad, and then eventually transfer to campus at their free will. So a general degree in the UK is a 3-year long degree. So some of our students then spend a year in India with us studying on our platform. They can use our learning center facilities as well, which is in place to help them cope up with the rigor of studies. And then eventually then they move to the UK after 1 complete year. So they complete 1/3 of the course in India and 2/3 in the UK. How we're also trying to help Indian students is to ensure that the cost of their higher ed comes down by almost 50%. So a regular degree that would cost you normally around 60 to 65 lakhs in the UK is now so much more affordable with upGrad that it's coming down to be about 25 lakhs of rupees. And plus, universities like Sheffield Hallam are super liberal when it comes to scholarships, and they are of course, very rewarding for those students that are high on merit. We will let Rita answer most of the things that are related to academics and scholarship. But for the most part, I think what you guys must understand is that it is going to be super easy with upgrad and Sheffield Hallam now to be studying in the UK if you're low on budget, if you're low on merit, even if you are not really sure which course to pick. So after a year, you still have the options to maneuver between 2 or 3 different courses that you can finally pursue at Sheffield Hallam. Uh, about Sheffield Hallam, I think my question to Rita would be that would love to hear from you that what are some of the courses that you have been working on with upgrad, and which set of courses can be offered to learners on a 1+2 setup, Rita?
Sorry. Yes, so we have a progression arrangement with upgrad whereby students who complete the first year of the Chandigarh University Bachelor program can progress to Sheffield Hallam University to either our business management course or the international business management course. So these are the two routes that we have already identified. If you complete a year at Chandigarh University via the upgrad platform, you can progress to us for year 2 and then finally year 3 at Sheffield Hallam University in the area of business management and international business management.
Absolutely great. And to even begin with, can we know from you as in why do you think should a student pick UK over US, Canada, or Australia? So any Indian student will normally look at these 4, but we'd love to know from you why the UK, Rita?
So I think the UK has always been known for the quality of its education. So, you know, it's historically, that's always been the case. And the UK continue to be, you know, the top study destination for students. So that's always been the case. And, you know, and we are renowned for our research activities. And for us at Sheffield Hallam University, we are an applied university. So, you know, a lot of our majority of our courses are very applied in nature. We work with industry when we are developing our curriculum. So then that makes students job ready when you complete your qualification. And, you know, and that's what a lot of people, you know, are looking for. They want to be able to be ready for the job market once they've completed their degree. So I think these are some of the key features, you know, for studying in the UK.
You mentioned the job market and the fact that uh, at Sheffield Hallam, you were trying to imbibe a very experiential approach to what they're studying, right? In terms of the UK job market, uh, do you recommend that a student should pick up finance or should study business in the UK? I mean, why is UK a very lucrative market for these two?
For business and finance.
Yes.
And in relation to employability, is that your question? Sorry.
Yes, yes, yes. How receptive is the job market if a student picks up the business or finance in the UK?
I think personally, at the end of the day, a degree qualification is just a degree qualification. So it gives you the knowledge and the skills, but you know, to be able to get employment in the UK, I think you will have to really showcase your strengths, your ability to communicate, your ability to evidence, you know, capability to work in teams, to problem solve. All those skills are equally important in addition to the academic qualification that you have. So if you're interested in business, yes, by all means, you know, come and join us and enroll on a business related qualification, or if it is finance, do join us. You know, we have a number of finance related courses that we offer. But the job market is actually quite, you know, quite there's a wide variety of jobs that are available in the job market. So, but it all depends on the individual, how well you are to position yourself to showcase and evidence your key strengths in order to get, the job that you want.
Job market.
Yeah.
Got that. And would love to know that through the course of a 3-year degree at Sheffield Hallam, what are some of the different career interventions that a child goes through? Does the university offer placement support?
Yeah, so majority of our undergraduate courses have got a placement year. So
Yeah.
usually students do their placement year in the 3rd year of their study. So an undergraduate course is usually 3 years in duration. So you study first year, you study in the 2nd year, and you go on a job placement in your 3rd year, and then you complete your final year at the university. So making it a 4-year program. So the placement or internship is usually in the 3rd year. So the university, we do have a placement team. In fact, all our students who enroll with us are allocated with an employability advisor. So this advisor will help you to get the placement of the placement job that you want. So the key thing is help. So we will provide you with all the support. For example, CV writing, we'll give you mock interview sessions. We will organize career or internship placement fairs. There is a whole database of vacancies that you can tap into as a student at the university. Is through a platform called Handshake. So you can tap into a whole list of vacancies, and you can search by job type, by location, by salary, and all of that. So all of that will be provided to you as a student to help you find the placement that you want. But ultimately, you will need to perform during the interview to be able to get that placement opportunity. So placement during the course, we also have job opportunities after you have completed your course. So graduate opportunities, for example. So these are job opportunities once you have completed your degree program, and it can be you can work in any industry that you like. You can work in hospitality, banking, retail, manufacturing, health, education. So, in every industry, they will always need people, in the area of business, in the area of marketing, in the area of HR, wide list, a whole host of job opportunities in any industry, depending on your, your preference, what you want, and where you want to work.
Got that. Would also want all the attendees to know that a placement year is normally a year that's a sandwich year between year 2 and year 3 after you complete the year 2 and prior to you starting the official calendar year 3 academically. It's a 48-week curricular internship or a work stint that you make, which has to be relevant to the course of your study. Would love to know from you, Rita. Uh, as far as I know, you're not supposed to pay the full fee during the placement year, right? How much is the fee that's supposed to be paid, and how much do the kids earn if they get through to a placement, if they make it through?
Mm. So for placement year, students pay a reduced fee of £1,200 for the placement year. So you will be supported by a supervisor during that duration. So your supervisor will have a number of interactions while you are working. So you will make in contact, they will get in touch with you certain touch points during your work placement, and also they will get feedback from the employer in terms of how you're getting on and things like that during your work placement year. And what if you are successful for a placement opportunity, you can earn anywhere between £15,000 to £25,000 a year, depending on the type of job that you have applied for. So anywhere between 15 to 25. And incidentally, and the average graduate salary, so in the UK at the moment, is in the region of about £24,000. So
Very good.
Mm.
Yeah, so largely, as far as I gauged from you, if the students get through and make it through with the placement year, they're more likely to be recruited for much better jobs than usual after they finish the degree. Yes?
Oh, definitely, definitely, very much so. So if you have gone through a placement, I think employers will look at you a lot more favorably because you have had the work experience. You know the skills. They know that you have the experience, and they're more likely to employ you actually if you have gone through a placement during your studies.
Got that. And also, just want to know from you, how much does studying in the UK, and especially studying at Sheffield Hallam, cost like for a student who comes through on a 1+2 setup? Um, so the first year for all attendees to know, so I have so many students asking here how to arrange funds. So would love to let you guys know that the first year or 1/3 of the subjects that you're actually going to pursue through a 3-year degree at Sheffield Hallam are covered in India on upGrad Abroad's tech platform. Uh, and the cost for that is substantively reduced. It's 2.5 lakhs Indian rupees. That's almost cut down to about 10% of the actual fee in the UK. Now, I would love to know from Rita that how much would the latter 2 years cost like, especially if you're getting a scholarship.
So if you join us in September of 2022, the course fee, the typical course fee for an undergraduate course is in the region of £14,000, £14,000 a year. So it'll be 2 years of study, so that will be double that amount. And of course, if you go on a placement year, then that will be an additional £1,200. The university, we do offer a scholarship called the Transform Together Scholarship, which is a 50% fee waiver of your first year of study. So this is a competitive scholarship. If you are successful, you need to apply, and if you're successful, we will reduce your course fee by half for the first year of study. So instead of 14,000, you only pay £7,000, for example. In order to apply for the Transform Together Scholarship, all you need to do is to receive an offer from the university for the course that you have applied for, accept the offer, go online and apply for the scholarship. The deadline for application is the 31st of May 2022 for the September 2022 start. We will be looking at your academic achievements. So if you think that you've got the grades and you want to apply for the Transform Together Scholarship, please do so. We will ask for a personal statement from you as well. So if you can highlight your key strength areas, what you've done maybe at university or in high school. If you've done any volunteering activities, let us know about it. We will also take that into consideration.
Absolutely. So for all attendees to know, for me to break it down for them, what Rita's asking is a very comprehensive and robust profile that you guys need to have, including the personal statement, which is an account of your intention, your motivation, and the reasons you want to study at Sheffield Hallam and what pushed you to study that specific subject. That is largely your personal statement. And so if you go, and I think what I would like to ask you, Rita, is how many of these scholarships are given?
I think in the region of about 50 to 60 scholarships are available. So, like I said, it is a competitive scholarship. So if you have the grades, then we will be able to consider you favorably.
My goodness, so that's almost half the fee waived off. So they're getting 90% of the fee waived off in the first year. And if they're meritorious enough, then half the fee in the second year. And then in the placement year, they're making enough to pay the third year fee, which they're going to be paying anyway. So with all of that, I think you're going to one of the best B schools in the UK, and plus you get a 2-year visa to work in the UK. Rita already mentioned that the job market is pretty lucrative for a business or finance graduate in the UK. Would eventually ask her about the career progressions as well. But I think what I'd like to ask you at this point is, what are some of the other courses that Sheffield Hallam is great for. Because I do see that we have students here who like to study technology in the UK. Some of them have written, "Hey, I want to study sports management." Some of them have asked you
Mhm.
if you can study technology at Sheffield Hallam. So, what are some of these other
Mhm.
courses that you know specialist for?
Yeah, so the university offers over 600 different kinds of courses, so ranging from business, finance, sports, business management, engineering, computing, food and nutrition. So the university we have three colleges. So first is the College of Business, Technology and Engineering. So anything to do with business management, finance, hospitality, tourism, engineering and computing comes under the College of Business, Technology and Engineering. We have got a College of Health, Wellbeing and Life Sciences. So anything to do with health, we do just about everything apart from medicine and dentistry. So if you want to do physiotherapy, you want to do occupational therapy, paramedics, midwifery, or if you wanted to take up a course in biochemistry, biotechnology, we do offer those courses as well. And then finally, we've got a College of Social Sciences. Arts and social sciences. So in that college, we offer courses like psychology, law, natural built environment, so quantity surveying, architecture, art and design. So quite comprehensive, to be honest. Yeah, quite a big range of
Right.
options.
So for all of you who want to know about specific courses at Sheffield Hallam, I think you should visit their website and learn more about the different degree programs that Sheffield Hallam has to offer. And then we will definitely help you expedite your admission applications to Sheffield Hallam. We have a dedicated team looking after direct applications to Sheffield Hallam as well, whether they're for UG or PG. In fact, all of the postgraduate aspirants on this call who've been asking very actively, we do have uh, a similar affordable accelerated arrangement for studying abroad as well, where we cut down the cost of a degree by almost half the amount. So you study 1 year in India, you complete the second year, uh, on campus in the UK. Although not with Sheffield Hallam, but if you are looking for Sheffield Hallam in particular, we'd love you. I mean, we'd love to process your admission at Sheffield Hallam. Meanwhile, I think what I want to know from you, Rita, is uh, in terms of the industrial trends in the UK, um, what kind of degree programs do you recommend? What are some of the prolific industries, the growing industries in the UK that are readily accepting global talent?
Mm. I think anything to do with digital, is quite is very popular. So, data, big data analytics, for example, very popular, very employable. Other areas that we are, well, in terms of the job market, the UK may have shortages of. There is a long list that you can see actually from the government website, the list of occupational shortages, and that could include careers like teaching, for example, or nursing, for example, or even artists,
Teaching,
things
yes.
like designers, for example, are highly sourced for uh, types of, these are people that that industry will be looking for as well. Yeah.
Right. So for all the domains you mentioned, you mean if these kids take up a design course,
Mm.
or if they're taking a linguistics course, if they're taking a science course and they opt for teaching per se,
Mm.
or any other domains that you mentioned, they are more likely to get more employability, yes,
Well, yeah,
if
the
they fall under
job
the
is
list.
there. The job is there. Whether or not you get the job, it will depend on you and how you perform at the interview. After
Got
all,
it.
a qualification is just a piece of paper. If you can't speak, you can't communicate, you won't get the job.
Absolutely. I think that's very globally and universally true also for almost every part of the world. Uh, I think here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a short poll. Once we're done with the poll, I think I would invite Rita to share a slide deck on Sheffield Hallam and some of the nuances and salient highlights about the campus life, student life, the sort of campus clubs you have, and make us imagine how life at Sheffield Hallam looks like. I also request my team to launch the poll so everybody attending the webinar can take the poll as well. That will help us understand you guys better. I'll also just walk you through, Rita, some of the things that we've been asked. You can answer that towards the next 10 minutes. But somebody's saying, I'm interested in computer science. I'm saying, what are the scholarship opportunities and post-study work visa? So the scholarship opportunity that Rita mentioned is that you have 50% waiver on your first campus here if you qualify. It's called the, I forgot the name, Rita. Uh, Transform
Transform
Together.
together.
Transform Together, right? So you almost get half the fee waived off if you Uh, so you get half the fee waived off um, if you qualify, and on terms of merit and what you've done, where you're coming from, your background, and a personal statement. The PSW, the post-study work visa, is going to be for 2 years. The career or employability chances are pretty high if you take up the placement here, if you do get selected. Even if you don't, I think Sheffield Hallam, like Rita mentioned, does normally support you with all relevant career services like CV building, job readiness, and the likes of it. So you should be in safe hands. Scholarships have been answered. Education loan is something that we can take after the webinar. Yes, we do help in that. 7.2 CGPA. So Rajiv, Rita mentioned that once you draw the offer letter of Sheffield Hallam, you can apply for the Transform Together scholarship. And I think we'd let the Sheffield Hallam University decide and assess how much scholarship can be given. Uh, then we've got the same 7.2 GPA. There's some question, Rita, that says, do we have BSc Sports Management at Sheffield? Do we? Okay, great. So Jeremy Kiran, I think you've got your answer. Is it easy to get into part-time jobs along with studies? You can choose to answer that right now, or you can choose to answer that after slide deck. But I think if you've got a ready reckoner with you, then we can talk about part-time work in the UK, Rita.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, if you're not too fussy about the type of part-time jobs, there are many different types of part-time jobs. I mean, our students, have mentioned that they work in supermarkets, for example, on a part-time basis, or they can be stewards during a sports event like a football match. They can be, collecting tickets at the door, or at a concert, for example, being usherers, being stewards. You can work in a bar, in a restaurant, if that's what you want, if it suits your time, because some students, they don't sleep at night, so they prefer to work during the evenings, for example. So there is a variety of part-time opportunities, but we would usually advise students to go through the right channels. If you can look through the university database and see if there's any job opportunities available, because you want to make sure that you get at least the minimum wage, which is around £9 an hour. When you work part-time, we don't want you to be taken advantage of just because you're not aware of the situation, for example. So we've got a careers center that will help you and give you guidance to make sure that you get the right job, and for the time that you put in.
Right, Rita. We have a question here. Can we apply directly for computer science? Well, yes. The CU articulation is only for business programs, business management and international business that we have with Sheffield Hallam. Computer science, a BSc degree in CS will be a direct application only. If you want to go through a 1+2 route, then that's a different story. We have some other university partners for it. But if you want to study at Sheffield Hallam, we encourage you to directly apply. You can write to us. We will process your application to Sheffield Hallam, and we'll make sure that it hits an expedited track only. Um, I hope we have your support there. Uh, I mean, the team at Sheffield Hallam. Yes, yeah, we'll make sure that we uh, turn around any admission applications in the most optimum manner. Most of my family does not support sports management. Can you say more about the scope there of international students? Rita, some anonymous attendee wants to know the scope of sports management in the UK. Well, I don't really know if we should be asking that. The UK has brilliant sports teams. I think sports management as a domain has a large scope, but I think we'd let Rita answer that also, factually so.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you want to work in the sports industry, I mean, there's many opportunities. In fact, I think not long ago there was an Indian student, a master's student though. She managed to get an internship with the Manchester United Football Club, if I'm not mistaken. He was nodding her head, so I must have got it right. So she worked with Man U actually, so which is brilliant. It's such an experience, to be working with Man U. That is if you're a football fan. We also have links with the Olympic Committee in the past. So, students are able to, volunteer or work, when the Olympics are running. So I think in the past, we've got students doing work at the Olympics in London as well as in Sochi. Can't remember whether there might be some students who went to China as well in the past for the Olympics. So lots of different opportunities in the sports industry if you're interested.
An internship at Manchester United moves me to study back, and do my degree all over again. But I think we'll move to the next one. Uh, so
And
I'm
also,
sure.
just sorry, before you move on, also uh, something interesting that the oldest football club in the world happens to be the Sheffield Football Club, if you didn't know about that.
Of course.
So it's brilliant. So Sheffield is a city of sport. So, if you're interested in sport, this is the place to be.
Absolutely. I think you had them when you said, an internship at Manchester United. I think your sports management degree was sold there. But I think we have more than just sports management questions. How many minimum marks in class 12? So we need a 50% score in class 12, and your semester one, semester two, we will need you to score at least 60% in order to transfer to Sheffield Hallam. But I think I'll let Rita answer. If there's any direct admission case for bachelors, BA or BSc, what is the minimum grade 12th mark that you're looking at? But just for all the attendees to know, for CU, the highest qualification is looked at, which is going to be a semester one, semester two. But for class 12, we'd let Rita answer that.
Sorry. Hema, I'm going to defer to you for undergraduate level in terms of admissions. I mean, obviously, some courses will require higher grades at standard 12 compared to other
I think you need
courses.
about 70% and above, Rita. That's the minimum. And then for certain courses, you need a bit more. So that will be the minimum for 12th that we're looking at.
All right. Thank you so much, Hema. Just for all the attendees to know, I mentioned towards the beginning how we're trying very hard at upGrad to make sure that studying abroad in some of the finest universities is made a lot more accessible. And the criteria for admissions is much more relaxed, meaning thereby that you get one more chance beyond your grade 12 to actually prove your academic readiness for studying abroad. Gives you additional 1 year to ease into the rigor abroad. So like Hema mentioned, for some of the courses at Sheffield Hallam, you need 70%. For some, you need more than that. With us, you just have to fulfill the CU admission requirement, which is 50% marks in grade 12. but I think for semester one, semester you need at least 60%. So trying as hard as we can to ensure that we safeguard your interests and ensure that we understand that you may not have scored enough, but now is a good time to get into that gruesome rigor in the first year and score better. Um, do you have hospitality and culinary management programs, Rita? I've done my undergraduate in business, wanted to know about this program and scope. I've
Yeah.
also heard that UK offers conversation degrees. Is that true?
Um,
I think he means conversion degrees.
okay. Yes, we do. So hospitality business management, we do have routes where students can do a few more additional modules in terms of culinary arts or events management. Yeah, so we do have those subject areas if that's what you're interested in. And conversion courses, yes, so you don't necessarily have to have a background, for example, in those areas, so you can join the hospitality and tourism courses if you don't have a background in that.
You can, right?
Yeah.
You can
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
Got that. So Priyal is asking, is the fee 25 lakhs for the whole program? No, it's for all 3 years combined. So 2.5 lakhs is first year. You can get the other 2 years at £14,000. But if you're lucky enough to get the scholarship, then all of your degree falls just under 25 lakhs, right? But if you don't get any of the scholarships and you're a regular student, 1+2 with upgrad and Sheffield Hallam, your average degree cost is close to about 30 lakhs for all 3 years, 10 lakhs on an average. So with upgrad, you get that additional 1 year to even plan your finances, apply for an education loan, and be better and smartly approach studying abroad. The next question, Rita, that I have for you. Which exam should one sit for UG courses to pursue in the UK? We don't need any exam, but I think for the direct admissions, I'll redirect that to Rita. For 1+2, we don't need any exam, but I think you can give me an answer on what
Yeah.
is the entrance exam that they need for direct courses, Rita.
We don't, again, as well, we don't, there isn't a specific exam. So unlike the US where they might ask for your your GMAT or your SATs or whatever entrance exams that they may have, we don't have that at Sheffield Hallam University. So all you need to do is meet the minimum standard requirement in terms of your high school grades, and then we'll be able to consider you for entry onto the first year of our course.
Absolutely. So no test required, right?
No.
Got that. How many minimum marks has been answered? Which exam need to be cleared for MBA? So Anvita wants to ask you, Rita, if there's an entrance exam that they need for MBA. Do you take a GMAT score as an entry requirement? No.
No, we don't. For master's related courses, we require you to have at least, you need to have an undergraduate degree or equivalent. So you need to have a bachelor degree to be considered for the master's courses, for our master's courses. So that's all that we need. So obviously, you need to meet the grades. So usually we're looking at 2.1 or higher. Some courses might be 2.2. We might consider your degree classification or your CGPA equivalent to 2.2 for entry onto our master's courses. And obviously, you need to ensure that you have the English language requirement. Some very few courses will require you to have some work experience, but generally it's just the undergraduate degree and meeting the English language requirement.
Got that, Rita. I think now is a good time. Will the whole class transfer from CU to UK University? Well, yes, you just have to qualify the requisite grade, which is 60% semester one, semester two, and you will transfer to the UK University. Whole class, I'm not sure, Sayan, what do you mean by whole class? But as long as you're an enrolled student in India with upgrad and CU, and you were on the UK track, and as soon as you fulfill the requirements, the transfer requirements, you do transfer successfully so. Rita will offer you a CAS, an acceptance statement, uh, and post that you can apply for the UK visa. And just for all the attendees here to know, upGrad does support you with all application, visa, and support services for you to successfully transfer to campuses abroad. Rita, at this point, I think now is a good time for now is a good time to run the attendees through the slide deck, Rita. Mhm.
Okay, I hope you can see that. Yeah, brilliant. So a really quick run through introduction to Sheffield Hallam University. So this is, if you've not been to the UK before, you've not visited Sheffield before, I just want to give you a quick introduction. So our history, the university's roots can be traced back to 1843, so quite a long time ago. And we started off as the School of Design, and before we merged with the School of Technology and two teacher training colleges before becoming Sheffield City Polytechnic. And we were awarded with university status in 1992. So we're quite a modern university, being awarded, being able to award degrees from 1992. We are one of the most, we are one of the largest and most popular universities in the UK. So there are over 30,000 students from over 100 different countries studying at the university. Majority of our student population are undergraduate students, so almost 75% of our student population are doing undergraduate courses. About 10% come from overseas, so about 3,000, more than 3,500 students are international students. So if you join us at undergraduate level, you will have the opportunity to interact with the largest student body at the university. Sheffield Hallam University, we're really proud. In the last 2 years, we were awarded the University of the Year for Teaching Quality by the Times and Sunday Times University Guide. And more recently, we were awarded the University of the Year at the Educate North Awards. So this is in recognition of the number of graduates going on to gain quality jobs upon completing their course. And also the university has done quite a lot of work around widening access to higher education, as well as having a very positive impact on its region. We were awarded with the 5 QS stars in the international rating system. So this means that this is in recognition of the quality of our teaching, our student employability, our facilities, our academic development, innovation and inclusiveness, as well as for internationalization. And if you choose to do a business related course at the university, our business school is accredited by AACSB, placing the business school within the top 5% of business schools globally. So again, this is testament to the quality of the curriculum and the courses that we offer at the university. And finally, just wanted to mention that last year in the Guardian University Guide, the university was ranked in the top 50 in the UK as well. I briefly mentioned about the 3 colleges at the university, so Business, Technology, Engineering, Social Sciences and Arts, as well as Health, Wellbeing and Life Sciences. We offer over 600 different courses, as you can see, ranging from architecture right up to built environment, finance, food, nutrition, forensics, law, as well as sports. The university we are located in 2 campuses, a city campus as well as the collegiate campus. They are about 15 minutes away from each other. Actually, in both campuses are within walking distance of each other. They are still within the city area of Sheffield. We have very modern facilities, and majority, all of equipment actually are industry standard. So if you're doing an engineering course, for example, a lot of our equipment are industry standard. So, and that helps our students really, because once you've graduated from our courses, you'll be familiar with the types of equipment that's used actually in the workplace. These are some photos, some images of the facilities at the university. Our learning center is open 24 hours a day throughout the year. A number of you have asked about fees as well as scholarships, and I've touched on that as well. So the undergraduate fee is in the region of £14,000 a year. And you can apply for our Transform Together scholarship, which is a competitive scholarship, if you wish to, for the first year of study, which is a 50% fee waiver. Cost of living, you might be interested to know. Accommodation cost ranges on average, from £100 to £120 a week. In terms of food, it really depends on your lifestyle. If you eat out quite a lot, you might spend a bit more, up to £300 a month. So really, on average, a normal average student, if you have between £800 to £900 a month, you should be able to survive in Sheffield, living in Sheffield. Progression arrangement. So this is the arrangement that we have with upGrad. So at Chandigarh University, whereby, if you complete a year at Chandigarh University, you can come to Sheffield Hallam University onto two of those stated business related courses. But obviously, if you wish to apply direct to the university from high school, you can also choose to do so. Just to give you an idea of what an undergraduate course structure is like, you will need to complete 120 credits in a year. And that means that you would need, on average, you need to complete about 6 modules. So for every module that you do, it is equivalent to about 20 credits. So you need 6 modules. You need to successfully complete 6 modules for each year of study. You will have a choice of between compulsory as well as elective modules, and students will be required to attend lectures. So at least once a week for each module that you're enrolled for. You'll also be expected to attend seminars and tutorials for the modules that you're enrolled for. And this could be anywhere between 2 to 3 hours of seminars in a week. In addition to that, we would expect students to also do some self-directed learning. You would probably need to meet up with some of your course mates to have group discussions, because sometimes you may have group presentations that you might need to prepare for. And as part of your assessment, it could be a combination of coursework, exams, tasks, projects, presentations, or real-life projects that you need to complete. These are just some photos of the accommodation or the halls of residence that you will find yourself living in if you come to study with us. All our accommodation or halls of residence are within walking distance of the university. If you stay with us in the halls of residence, you will have a clear pricing, no surprises, because everything is inclusive. So all utility bills are included in the cost of your accommodation. And there's always something for everyone. So depending on location, your budget, and your preference, there's an accommodation for you. And it's secure, and we've got a dedicated accommodation office who will help you if you run into any difficulties whilst staying at the halls of residence. Careers and employability. So I think we talk quite a lot about opportunities for part-time jobs, on-campus jobs, or outside jobs. Handshake is where you can find a lot of vacancies that employers advertise opportunities on Handshake, so you can go and choose which type of jobs you want to work. on the minimum national minimum wage in the UK is in the region of £9 an hour. So we've got the Career Centre who will help you look for jobs or internships or even graduate jobs after you've completed your studies. I think a number of you were asking about visa or the graduate visa. So I would strongly encourage you to look at the government website to look at the criteria. But in general, you know, you will need for a student visa, you will need an offer from the university. You need to show proof that you have enough funds to live in the UK, and you must be able to read, speak, write, and understand English when you're here. With the graduate visa, you need to be in the UK to apply for that visa. So we have a dedicated team who will be able to help you with that as well. Other student support at the university. So I think this is quite common for all UK universities. We'll have meet and greet. So we will pick you up from the airport with orientation, course induction. We've got something called a shoe fest. So this is to celebrate the different cultures, you know, of our students at the university. So you'll be able to meet new friends, to make new friends from different countries. We've got a dedicated well-being team who will be able to help you and support you if you have issues, you know, you are stressed out, you have anxiety. So we've got a well-being team who are on hand to help you. We've got the medical center, we've got a multi-faith chaplaincy. So all these things are geared up towards helping you as an international student to settle in the UK. About Sheffield, we are located in the middle of the UK. We are the 5th largest city with a population of over 550,000 students. Now, Sheffield itself, we are home to 2 universities. So we're home to over 60,000 students. So almost one in every 10 person that you meet on the street is more than likely to be a student. So it's very, very student-centric. You'll be able to find lots of, you know, lots of opportunities or lots of discounts geared towards students, you know, in Sheffield, because it's a very student-friendly city. We're 2 hours away by train from London. And because we are located in the middle of the UK, we are also close to other major cities like Manchester, Birmingham, you know, Nottingham, York, or even Leeds. What else can you do? Depends on your preference. I think, you know, if you are sporty, you know, there's lots of sports facilities. There's arts, culture, music festivals. And what I like about Sheffield is actually its proximity to the countryside. Sorry, you won't move here. To the countryside. So maybe about 30 minutes away from the city center, you know, you'll be out in the countryside, so you'll be able to do lots of hikes, really nice atmosphere. And because it's a student-centered city, you'll be able to find food very easily, different kinds of food, Indian food, Chinese food, you know, international type cuisine in Sheffield. So, you know, access to independent cafes and shopping is easy in that sense. Sorry. Yeah, some more photos of the countryside within reach of Sheffield City. So really, that's just a really brief introduction to the university and to Sheffield. I've got another clip about Sheffield as an outdoor city, but up to you, Praneeth. Do we have time for that, or are there any other further questions that
Yeah, I think to begin with, I'd like to thank you for this. I think there was a lot of information. I think really helps for us to imagine life at Sheffield. And also, you highlighted the proximity to some of the major cities in Britain. Also, I think you've got almost every field there is in the world to study, and the QS5 5-star rating tops it up. I think that does have volumes to say about the standards that you maintain at Sheffield Hallam. Also, I think for all the attendees to know, Sheffield is an AACSB accredited school, that is the Advanced Collegiate Schools of Business, which is one of the largest and the most eminent accreditations given to a business school. So you would actually be very lucky if you go to an AACSB school across the world. Sheffield is one of them. Before Rita plays another video, just wanted to ask everybody if you guys have got any questions that we haven't answered. For any sports management student, you have an internship chance at Manchester United, so I think you don't need to ask anything more than that. Also, I think we've got one more. How much funds to show for the UK visa? So just for Hema to answer this, prior to them applying for a UK student visa, do they need to pay the first year fee and then also show the living cost, or do they need to show for the entire duration of the degree?
So Praneeth, normally visa related queries, we don't, give much information about. That's not my area, but basics that I can tell you is they need to pay a £3,000 in order to get their CAS letter, and only then can they apply for a visa. So they are welcome to pay more. So there are students who pay the entire tuition as well, because it has its benefits, as you will be aware of while applying for the visa. So, and the amount of funds will be obviously the remaining tuition fee plus the living, your funds for living expenses. So that will be around 9,200 or something. You'll have to check that, the actual rates, but that's what you'll have to show.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I think maintenance funds is in the region of £9,207, quite specific actually. So you need to go to the government website to check. It's 9207 as evidence of funding. So this is maintenance funding in order to apply for a visa. And you have to keep those funds in your bank account 28 days before you apply for your visa. So there's a lot of technical requirements in terms of applying for a visa. So I think the best place is actually to refer to the government website to check on the policy in order to apply for a student visa.
Perfect. I think we answered all of them. The last one is, should I be, so Sangam wants to know, is she eligible for aerospace engineering with 65% marks? I think I'd let Hema take that.
So I have to come back on the 70%. I went back and checked. So it is 65 for quite a few courses. Again, it's 70 for certain courses. And there are also very minimal courses which have 60 as the requirement. So again, it depends on the course you're applying for. 50% you can even apply for a foundation program if you're interested in doing it that way. So it again depends on the course. So Sangam will have to actually give more details, because it's not just dependent on the percentage. We'll have to see if maths and maybe a relevant physics or something is covered. So, there are a lot of details that we need. We cannot just answer based on the percentage. So, we'll have to actually assess the application in order to be able to say whether they are eligible or not.
Absolutely. I got the point. I think what Hema is trying to say is that your academic merit is one thing, but a personal statement and your entire background, the kind of profile you carry, all of them have some weightage to your candidature at Sheffield Hallam. Rita's been extremely helpful. I think we've cleared almost every question that was asked. Now is a good time to play the video, Rita. I think we can go ahead with it.
One of the classic cracks of the peak. 3 stars though.
Cool. How do we get there?
Pretty amazing. Sheffield City Centre.
You could get a bus or a train straight from the peaks into the city.
It's the first move, where you do like a sort of throw up there.
It was amazing. That's it.
Lovely.
Get that deal on.
You'll be okay. Technical climb. I'm gonna be fit after this.
Okay, we're climbing.
That was a brilliant video. I think you're making all of us feel bad that we did not go to Sheffield Hallam. Uh, I am sold that Manchester United alone, but I think the video did some more of the job at moving me to study back at Sheffield Hallam. A brilliant video, and I think we did answer everything for the attendees. I think just want to request that for all of you here, I am sending my email address. Please feel free to write to me for any application related questions that you have for direct or the 1+2 accelerated track that we have at Sheffield Hallam for business courses. I will make sure that I will sincerely pass them on to Rita and Hema and have them answered for you on the email. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining in. Also would like to, extend my gratitude, my heartfelt gratitude to Rita and Hema for being an excellent support for all our attendees and answering everything, taking us to Sheffield Hallam, and making us feel bad about not studying at Sheffield Hallam already. I mean, hopefully would love to see the campus in person someday. Would love to host you in India, and wishing all of you guys good luck.
Yeah.
Thanks, Hema and Rita.
Thanks,
Brilliant.
Praneeth.
Hope to
Bye,
see all of
Rita.
you in Sheffield soon. Take care. Bye.
Thanks, everybody. Goodbye.